video, we're going to be making this very adorable airpod case, crochet airpod case. This is perfect as a gift item, as we are in a festive season and you want to be gifting your loved ones many cute little crochet projects. So this is perfect for it. I have a free pattern bundle that I will leave a link to in the description box. You know, if you want to make things for your loved ones, or if you're a beginner that just want a couple of projects all in one place where you can just pick one and then just make. I'll have that linked in the description box. So please check it out. It's gonna be very helpful for you. So back to our tutorial, we're going to be making this crochet airpod case. It is very quick and simple to make. By the way, this pattern will also be a part of those pattern bundle, which contains more than 10 free crochet patterns that you can make for loved ones, that you can make as a beginner. It contains things like scrunchies, bucket hats, book sleeves, and nice bags. So definitely check it out. Anyways, this airpod case is made in one go. Like there's no sewing anywhere. Everything is made from beginning to the end in, like, you're not cutting your yarn at all. The only thing that you're going to sew on is your button, which is when you're done with the whole project. Okay, so as for materials, you're going to need any DK weight yarn. I've made this in pink, so I'm going to be making with this cream color. You would need a 4mm crochet hook, and you will need a pair of scissors and stitch markers. You will also need um, darning needle to weave in your one end at the end, but you can also use your hook to do that in case you don't have a darning needle. Yeah, so let's not talk too much. Let's get into the actual tutorial. So we're going to start by making a slip knot. To make a slip knot is very easy. You want to grab your yarn, your right hand, and then create a U like this. Just put two fingers here and create a crisscross. Insert your finger into this part of the crisscross, thumb and index finger, and then grab onto the working yarn and then just pull it through. And there you have created a slip knot. Feel free to watch that again if you did not get it the first time. Insert your hook into that slip knot, and now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so this project is worked from the bottom up. So this is the base of our work. I'm going to chain an extra one, which is a turning chain. Now into the second chain, we're going to make a single crochet. That's one. And then we're going to make a second one. So 2 single crochets into that first chain. I'm just going to mark my first single crochet here so that it's easy to identify when I walk back to that place. So 2 single crochets in the first chain, 1 single crochet in the next chain, 1 single crochet in the next chain, 1 single crochet in the next chain, and then into the last chain here we're going to work 3 single crochets. So we have 1, 2, and 3. The 3 single crochets there, and now you notice that your work has turned over to the opposite side. So now we're working on the opposite side, and don't forget to work over this tail so that you just weave it in and you don't have to do that later. So then I'm going to make 1 single crochet into the next one, 1 single crochet into the next one, 1 single crochet again into the next one, and now we have come back to that first stitch that we made, and then into the base of that stitch I'm just going to make 1 more single crochet. Okay, so that's what we now have. There is 3 single crochets. Remember we made 2 single crochets into that first chain at the beginning, so now we've made a third one to make it 3. So I'm going to drop my stitch marker and then insert my hook into that stitch, that first stitch that we marked. Make sure you grab both loops. What's going on? Start your hook and then make a slip knot to complete the round. Okay, so once your round is complete, you can snip off this tail here because we have already woven it in and we don't need that just lying around. So you can snip that off And then we're going to make one chain. We're going to start our second round. I made one chain now, and then into that first stitch I'm going to make 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Once again, I'm going to go ahead to mark my first single crochet of the round so that it's easy to identify. And then I'm going to work 2 single crochets also into the next stitch. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to work 1 single crochet each into the next 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Now into the next 3 single crochets, we're going to work 2 single crochets each. So we have 1, 2, the first one. The second one we have 1, 2, and in the third one we have 1 and 2. Now there are 3 single crochets here, so I'm going to work 1 single crochet each into those 3 single crochets. This is the second one, and this is the third one. Into the last stitch here, we're going to work 2 single crochets. So we have 1 and we have 2. Okay, so now take off your stitch marker and then slip stitch into your first single crochet of the round. Okay, so just like this, we've completed 2 rounds of our airpod case. Okay, so now I'm going to chain 1, and into that first stitch there I'm going to make 2 single crochets. So we have 1 and 2. I'm going to mark my first stitch as usual, and then I'm going to work 1 single crochet into the next stitch, 1 single crochet into the next. I'm just going to work 1 single crochet into all the stitches until I get to the top of the stitch here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So when you get to the stitch that is on top here, I'm going to work 2 single crochets into that also. So we have 1, we have 2, and then I'm just going to work 1 single crochet into all the remaining stitches. Okay, so once you make it back to the first stitch, make sure you make a slip stitch into that, and that completes the 3rd round. Okay, so now from the 4th round we're going to chain 1, and we're just going to work 1 single crochet into all the stitches. We're going to repeat that until we have 8 rounds all done. Don't forget, you're going to slip stitch into your first single crochet at the end of every stitch, and you should have about 20 stitches or so. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, so 20 stitches. Don't take this last stitch here for a stitch. It's actually a slip stitch that we'll be making every round. So I just wanted to state that, don't mistakenly take that. What I usually do that helps me is that I count 3 V's before my first stitch, and that's why I've been marking my first stitch so that I don't lose count, because you can mistakenly make a stitch into here, but it's actually the head or the top of your slip stitch that you'll be making in every round. So if you count 3 V's, this is 1, 2, this is your chain 1, and then the third V, that is the stitch that you make your slip stitch into. Okay, I hope that that helps. Okay, so this is what we have now, and from here we're just going to be making one single crochet into everything and slip stitch at the end, and you do that until you have 8 rounds complete. So right now I have 4 rounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to work 4 more, and then I'll be back to show you what to do next. All right guys, so once you've attached your once you've finished your 8 rows, you should have something that looks like this. Now we are going to work on the flap. Okay, so to begin working on the flap, you simply want to chain 1 and turn your work. Okay, so instead of working in rounds, now we're going to be working in rows. So turn your work, and into that first stitch make 1 single crochet and then 1 single crochet into the next. Mistake. Stitches into 1 single crochet into your first stitch, next, that's 2, 5, 6, and 8. Okay, so once you have 8 single crochets done, we're going to chain 1, turn, and make another 8 single crochets. So 1, 2, 1 more. So make a 3rd round, and then on our 4th round we're going to do something a little bit different. Row, chain 1, turn your work, make 4 single crochets, 1, 2, make 3 single crochets. So I've made 1, 2, 3 single crochets now. So now on the 4th single crochet, I'm going to do something a bit different. Instead of me to go into this stitch, I'm actually going to go into the one underneath it, and I'm going to push it up like this. Okay, so I'm going to make 1 single crochet into there. Purpose of this very soon, so just stay with me. Okay, that's not working. What's going on? Underneath the stitch, and then push up the bar of the stitch, and then grab the yarn and then make a single crochet there. Okay, so this is the stitch you're supposed to go into. This stitch should just remain here like this. Okay, you shouldn't walk into that stitch here. You should walk into the one underneath it, and the bar, you push it up. Now we're going to make 30 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, okay, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Okay, so now make sure you don't twist your chain, just bring it down, and we're going to repeat the same thing into the next stitch. Okay, but we're going to start into the stitch we just went into first. Okay, the same stitch we went into just now before making our chain. We're going to start by making a single crochet, but we won't complete it. Then go into the next one and do the same thing that we did. And then pull up a loop, and now we're going to complete the single crochet. So what we just did is that we linked this stitch to this stitch here so that this stays together. Okay, now you see that we've skipped 2 chains here, and we're just going to make single crochets as usual into the remaining 3 stitches rather. So we skipped 2 stitches here, and we're going to work into that when we're coming back, so don't worry about it. So 1, 2, and 3 single crochets, all done. Okay, so now chain 1, turn your work. Okay, and now we're going to work single crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, the first 3 as usual. Now the 4th and the 5th single crochets are going to be into those 2. You see those V's, they're very, very obvious. So into those 2 stitches we didn't go into, right? We're going to make double crochets into them, not single crochets now, double crochets. The stitches have to be a bit taller. So that's my first double crochet, and this is my second double crochet to those stitches, and then continue to make single crochets into the remaining 3 stitches. So 1, okay, looks like this right now. All right, so what this does is that it prevents you from having to cut your yarn, attach your yarn, try to make the chains, and then everything isn't seamless. All right, so now we're going to do one more single crochet row. So we have 1, 4, and 8. Now we're going to work the last row of single crochet, which is going to be there's going to be a decrease. So into your first 2 single crochets we're going to make a decrease, a single crochet decrease. If you don't know how to make a single crochet decrease, I'll show you how to do it at the end here. And then just make 1 single crochet into all the stitches until you have 2 stitches left at the end. Left and you want to make a decrease, you insert your hook and pull up the yarn. Do not complete the stitch. Insert your hook into the next one and pull up the yarn. With 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull the yarn through all the 3 loops that are on the hook. Okay, that's how you complete your single crochet decrease. Okay, so now our flap is complete. We just have to work around this area to finish up. Okay, so chain 1, and I'm going to go into all the sides making single crochet. I like to make my single crochets at this point pretty tight, because I'm just trying to tie the work together in a sense to give it a clean finish. So I make my single crochets tight here, and I'm just going to work that all the way here and then back to here. The top here, I'm going to make a slip stitch into that first stitch. Okay, and we're not done yet. Okay, I'm going to keep going into the stitches. So this is my second slip stitch, this is my third slip stitch. Now after my third slip stitch, I'm going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then I'm going to go on to make the remaining 3 slip stitches So we have 1, 3. Okay, now I'm just going to chain 1 and I'm going to cut the yarn. You can weave in your end properly. And then we are going to weave this end into the work such that it's seamless. Okay. Okay, so grab your darning needle and weave in your end. Alright guys, that's it for this tutorial. We're all done. Once you sew your button, you are done. And when I tell you this project is very simple, very quick to work up. It has taken me 1 hour to crochet these 2 airpod cases and to film a tutorial for you guys, so you get the idea. I have a free bundle of crochet patterns that you can find if you go to the link in the description box. So feel free to check it out. It contains many free crochet patterns that you can make for your loved ones in this festive season, if you want to. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I will see you in the next one. Bye.